Hi, I'm George Cobia, and welcome to my court. Today we're going to introduce a new term, and I need you to say this to yourself often when you're on the tennis court. What we call this is thinking like a player. This is a term that I want you to use when you talk to yourself. Every time something goes wrong on the court, often we blame ourselves. Reality is the player may have hit a shot that is difficult to deal with. And so to just blame yourself for a missed shot isn't fair. Look at the other side. Find out what of the four characteristics, we know our four characteristics: consistency, direction, power, depth. What of those four characteristics did he use to make you miss this shot? Now, this is an important way of thinking because it moves you from that self-instructional attitude that we get. Because understand this, the first 2 years of tennis is nothing but how-to. And so during that time, we also, because we internalize everything is our fault. How do we get out of that process? And we have to get out of it by seeing the court and to think like a player. Now, what that means is that you're going to move up. You're going to move up in the mental part of this game. And that is, instead of blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong on the court, now you're going to look at what just happened as if you were off the court looking at the player. Thinking like a player. The first thing we're going to look at is consistency. Consistent. You be consistent on the court. That's the first one. Because if all it takes is for you to stay in the point long enough to find the ball that you can do something with, that's how you're going to work to win the point. This player is doing nothing more than making you earn the point. Earning a point makes you a better player. With those four characteristics: consistency, direction, power, depth. This is how you look at the ongoing match. How is this player winning most of their points? Are they overpowering me? Are they hitting more tennis balls than me? Are they hitting the ball in a direction that's creating problems for me? Are they hitting the ball too deep? Or they have a great drop shot that really kills me? I've got to figure out a way to change that. That's what I mean by thinking like a player. The player does not blame themselves first. The player looks at the situation and says, we're not going to let that happen again. And he makes changes that are necessary. That's what makes the struggle of a good match. When you add this to your game, you start to change your thought process. You become a better player. Thanks for coming to my court. Press the like button and subscribe.